Hi, and thanks for joining us. Today we'll discuss the coffee industry in China and the boom of Chinese coffee culture in recent years. Coffee has really become fashionable and is sought after by consumers, and the market size of China's coffee industry has reached over 200 billion yuan in 2022.
So, Nathan, I know you're a big fan of coffee. Let me quickly test your coffee knowledge. First, which city has the most coffee shops in the world?
New York?
No, it's actually Shanghai. Shanghai has over 8,000 coffee shops. Question 2. Which Western coffee shops have the most stores in China?
Starbucks must be number one, and then I'm going to guess Tim's, which has been rapidly expanding in China for the past few years, and then maybe Costa Coffee and Pete's somewhere in 3 and 4.
Yeah, you're right. Starbucks has over 6,000 stores in China. And in the last year, Tim's, I actually got this gift with purchase from them. It's very interesting. So Tim's has doubled the store numbers to over 1,000 stores to be ranked number 2, surpassing Costa Coffee, and then Pete's is the number 4.
So let me ask you a question now. These years, there's also been some local China coffee brands getting more and more popular, like Luckin, Manner, and M Stand. What do you think about those?
I was about to mention these local ones. Luckin Coffee now has over 8,000 stores, even more than Starbucks, and Manor and M Stand have both won a lot of young coffee lovers' hearts. I'm curious, as a coffee fan, what do you think about these brands? What different brand propositions and strategies do they have in China?
I think China now has a large range of coffee offerings. So if we start with Starbucks, they entered the Chinese market first and brought with it a certain status. Years ago, people were still posting their Starbucks cups on their social media, like the WeChat moments, and it was a marker of being a white-collar worker in China. In contrast, I never really understood Costco's strategy. It seemed everyone was always there just to use their Wi-Fi. I was actually really excited when Pete's came to China because it positioned itself as a chain for coffee lovers, but I don't think they stood out so much, and I haven't really seen them outside of like downtown centers in Shanghai and maybe Beijing. As for the local brands, Luckin really paved the way by introducing many new customers to coffee by offering at an extremely low price point. I remember when they first entered the market, the coffees were almost free with how many coupons and deals they were always having. This really opened up the market and let some new local chains enter. So, for example, Manor really expanded rapidly after this and offered some really good quality coffee at a cheap price point with not so many options, just your standard go-tos, but I think they've really been expanding as well. That's what I'm drinking right now, and it has really become my go-to, I feel, in many ways. But I also really like M Stand. M Stand is interesting. It's going after Starbucks a little bit more, and they have a little more premium positioning. I also think they offer more like desserts, and the cheesecake is quite good. Also, their cafes are a little bit more cool and trendy. Seems like somewhere that maybe you're out shopping and you want to have a snack and chat with some friends. You'd go to an M Stand. And lastly, Tim's, from my home country, Canada, but they've really localized the menu here, so it's pretty far away from what you see in Canada. But it does seem to be fitting the Chinese consumer taste quite well.
Interesting. And in recent years, the coffee market in first and second tier cities is fiercely competitive, and well-known brands such as Luckin Coffee and Starbucks have begun to sink in third and fourth tier cities and have begun to launch affordable coffee to onboard non-coffee drinkers. In order to increase market share, coffee companies also customize new categories for customers and create different local flavors. I wonder, have you ever tasted some weird ones?
Yeah, it's interesting. In China, so many coffee shops really like to sell more like milky, really heavily milk-based coffees, and they seem to focus on flavors instead of just like espresso, which is what I normally drink if I'm making it at home. I think the most popular flavor is like the coconut latte flavor, which I really enjoy, especially if it's like a nice hot day, you can get it iced. Right now for Mana, I'm drinking this orange peel latte, which sounded a bit strange, but it's pretty good.
Not only the channel expansion and products innovation, the coffee brands now are also trying to recruit more users by creating more drinking occasions and cross-industry collaborations with other brands.
Yeah, I have a coffee every morning, but it seems most Chinese are still not quite as addicted. Instead, coffee is something trendier with a more social element. In China, the main coffee lovers tend to be young or middle-aged female white-collar workers who tend to drink coffee if they need to stay up late, while exercising, socializing, at work, and maybe shopping. So this is why you see so many coffee shops in malls, around gyms, and office buildings. I think Luckin and Manor especially open many small stores inside the lobby of office buildings to catch the busy professionals who maybe just need a boost to get through some late night work.
to the Chinese market. Many brands created collaborations to recruit new users and strengthen their propositions, such as Manner with Elena Rubinstein, an ultra-luxury skincare brand, Manner with Louis Vuitton, Starbucks with Vivienne Dam, a fashion brand, to target more white-collar and premium users.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what topics you'd like to know more about in China, and don't forget to follow us. We are Lotus Consulting, your China market experts.